And we're live. Dai, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Developer DAO workshop. Today we have Dai here with our special guest with our Chainbase Hackathon currently happening right now. It started on Monday. You have all the way to the 30th to get started and submit. So we're really looking forward to that. Um, Chainbase is an API protocol that you can use to, get your portfolio management, NFT information, Telegram bot, right? So you can get all this stuff all together. And today, Dai is going to show us how to build something awesome and explain things with Chainbase. Dai, I'm talking too much. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Um, Hello everyone. Hello audience in YouTube. My name is Zhenxue Dai. So I am the developer operations in Chainbase. So today I am also host for the Chainbase Developer DAO's workshop. And here is the today's topic. What I'm gonna go through and teach you for some demos and some technique about how to use our data cloud and Web3 API. So first, I will introduce a little bit to our data cloud and Web3 API to see how you can utilize the data on chain. And then I will show you guys for some demos for one for specifically is an NFT gallery, another is for the dashboard to analyze on-chain data. And then I will also show you guys how to set up a Telegram bot using our webhook. Before we started, I think Billy and I already post the link on the Discord channel. So just make sure you already open the reference on our GitHub and also the tutorial in our documentation. So then I can just go through all the tutorial step by step. So let's start it. Um, Before we start it, I would like to talk a little bit about how people usually get on-chain data and set up a program. So usually I will start with such a means. It says that every decentralized app is simply a front end connected to a chain-based API. So what it really means is nowadays a lot of people may confuse that if you want to do a decentralized application, you probably need to set up a node. You probably need to set up your own database by yourself. But actually, it's not that hard. The main thing is as long as you need the on-chain data, you can always call our API to get on-chain data you need. And um, for the beginners, and I mean, like 5 or 6 years ago, if you are developers, you usually call the data on chains. What do you mean is, and even right now, you can still use in the RPC core or install a node locally on chain, but that would usually cost a lot of resources. For example, you need to deploy a ECR instance on AWS cloud, and also do the calls by yourself, then recorded this data and request it from the RPC node, then get the data by yourself and record it later. But the real things is when you actually get the data on chain, I mean, specifically if you get data on RPC, you will get not the data you get here is actually on the right side, right? So this is data, the actual data you see is kind of difficult and hard to decode it. Sometimes they have block hash, and the block number is based specifically in hex demo, and the input is in such mass. So the challenges for the developers is that the data you thought might be some clean and neat data. For example, your block number is just decimal numbers and Chinese Ethereum, but the actual data you're seeing here is you know it's different, really different. For example, the gas price is all in hex data, and the chain ID is not Ethereum, is actually one. And the address and sender address to address are both different. So that's why data provider like us for Chainbase exists. And what we're doing here is we help people organize and decode this data on chain. We call them like blockchain ETL. Mm, we just decoded all those difficult and different data and put it into our database. So if you are developers, you can easily just call the chain RPC or data APIs and use our platform to get every data you need. And this is actually the structure of of the chain base. I mean, if you, for example, if you're developers, if you're trying to get the specific on-chain data, for example, if this is NFT or decentralized exchange data, then you don't need to do this by yourself. you don't need to hire, which means you don't have to hire a back engineer or deploy some um, softwares on the cloud, and you just need to call the API to get data. And I am also gonna show you guys how you can do to just uh, call this NFT API to build a simple NFT galleries. And at first is if you're on the channel, you need to open the link and fork the GitHub 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 project, and then just git clone and install this project locally, and you will see this um, you will see this project
Can everybody see that in the audience? I just posted the link right now on that page 14 to the chat, just making sure everybody can see it. If not, we can make it a little bit bigger if we need to. Throw me a
really
shout
big
out in the
one.
comments just in case. Oh, that looks good. Right, I can see that.
That one's
And I'm going
good.
to make the screen a little bit bigger, so we're going off screen. Die. Boom.
Okay, what about this? Oh, okay.
Yep, you're
So
looking good.
so this is basically a NFT gallery project, but I'm separating into the four parts. But once you get ready, you download into your local devices. Just run npm run drive, and you will see this URL with localhost 3000, and then just open your browsers to get here. But I just since this is just a demo, so I will get through all the steps step by step. But let me just go back to the specific API I want to address, and to let you know understand how I utilize this API to build a NFT gallery. Um, so open this our documentations, so you can see um, here is a NFT balance API here, and try this. Try to put the chain ID to 1, which means usually means is the Ethereum, and the address is default address, and just use the demo as the API key. So once I
Die.
make this,
Sorry, Die, can
mhm.
we zoom into these docs a little bit more? People can't see it too well.
Oh, so I have to zoom. Okay,
Yeah.
what
One
about
more.
this?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that looks good.
All right. So the main port is, you can see this code over here. That's I'm gonna use it later, but the response is very important. You can see once you make a request by using this NFT API, you will see this is a data structure. We're storing the data as JSON file, and there is what we shown here. Already shown you guys the decoded data. For example, this one is a contract address, and this means ERC721, which means it's an NFT, and this is the address he belongs to this wallet address, and it's the name of this NFT, and its meantime, and also most important is the token URL, which when you use this token URL, which can show the image of this NFT, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to use this API to build a NFT gallery.
Quick question, Die. Is that real time? So as you're putting in the address and putting
Mhm.
in the chain ID and then just pulling in the contract address, that's updating real time, right? And then giving you
Yes,
a
that's
sample of the
updating
code.
real time.
Yeah.
But I will say the latency will be within 1 minute. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Nice. So it's
because
kind of like
we have to
Postman in a sense.
constantly just install the data to our database, then just uh, transmit the data here. Yeah,
Nice.
so it is real time.
Very cool.
Okay, so let me just redirect to this demo here. So again, I try not to make this tutorial to become a front end tutorial, because that's why I already just write all those front end code here and just post all the logic. So all you need to understand is the the part of uh, how you use this how you use this return data to generate a clean dashboard or clean gallery. Okay, so you guys can go to the search bars. I already have some code over here, and we need to go some coding and set up the search over here. So at first, this one is you need to make a constant. So since this address, you need to have two input. So first input is address, is our wallet address, and second input is your contract address. So just set a constant over here and use state. Second is you need to set up your contract address. Yes. Okay. This thing. Also set. Okay, and then just the handle search. You need to also handle this search here. So once this address is transmitted to the front end, you have to like show up on the search board. So you have two parameters you need to transmit to this API, which first one is address, second one is contract address, which is quite similar to this API here, right? Okay, and then from the front end, you need also to build a search bar. So once the search bar is locked, so you can just go into the website and go for a search bar. Let me just input. So since you're typing in with address, so I assume will be a text, and also you need a placeholder, right? Oh. Placeholder, maybe let's just place it your address, and also the value here you set it to address. And you also need to set a state since this is on change, and once your input is here, once you input this data, you need to set address equals e target value.
Die on your type for text. I think it I think it's in TYPY. I think it should be type the E next to text.
Oh, which one?
Under input, the next line underneath under input next to text. Type.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I see. It's a type. Sorry, yeah. It's the wrong type. Okay. Also, you also need to set a style. So you need to like make it. Don't make it like too messy. So just make the search bar like search bar. So make the search bar don't very close to each other. So let's just say 10 pixels. Okay, 10. Okay.
We have a quick question while we're building this out from Harsh Singh.
Sure.
Are you going to show a demo of the webhook API as well?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So this is the first demo, just very simple one. I will get through it real quick. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So you can see this search bar appears here right now. And okay, you can just input your address later. And then I will go through another search bar for specifically your country address. So then people can uh, query the NFT data later. So it's basically the same text. Or,
While
anyway,
Dai's, placing this out for our input form, I just want to remind everybody that Chainbase Hackathon is currently happening right now. It started about 36 hours ago. And so we are running the Chainbase Hackathon all the way through Monday the 30th at 11:59 p.m. UTC. So if you are, a Web2 developer looking to get into Web3, this is a great place to start getting like API hooks for Web3, and getting started about like NFT galleries, NFT, anything really, or profile portfolio management. So definitely check in there. I'll add the link a little bit later as we're building this form out, but just a reminder that the Chainbase Hackathon is happening now, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well.
then finish another search bar, so I can finally use the button. So once this button is clicked, so you can use this button click to do the search. Okay, so just button click click and
Just checking in for Dai's network performance. He might have a little bit of an internet issue right now. Oh, you're back. There we go. There you go.
yeah, I think so. Here you are, and this is you can this is we have already finished the search bar. So for people, you can so this is a way you can just put your ETH address or NFT contract address here. But if you just input your address, that won't work because I haven't implemented your APIs our APIs here. So I need to also to do um, see I need also to set up our Chainbase API over here. And um, so before we started, let's just go back to the documentation that I just showed you guys. Um, oh, it's here. So we need also to use this fetch TTP's Chainbase to as an example. So basically, what I'm doing here is once the search bars implement this address and counter address here, so you can just so the then it just call this API and will return the exact data they need. So let's just copy this data here, for example. All right. So um, this is the data over here, and okay, here's the API. Okay,
For those that arrive late, I'm just going to go ahead and repost the Git repo here as well. So if you want to follow along, it has the boilerplate code, so you can follow along and just put the API in place.
Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna. I will separate it into half. So then that won't interfere us. So checking user response. Yeah, forget all these things. This is just for the CORS rated response. So this is because sometimes you need to request for outer website for usage. And but mainly the code for the API is basically over here. So what you're gonna do is fetch the APIs here, then return to, and you get data as search bar, and the data will receive the address and contract here. Then the data will fill into the NFT API, and the API will get the data and then just return to the NFT card component, so you can see all these images and token IDs as well. So first, let's just constant set the let's just set this as a base URL. Since this will be a Chainbase online account. Okay, so and let the target URL equals. And this is the way you put your. This is a place you put your input address here. So you just set so base URL here and plus okay plus address as equals to query and query for address and equals to also set limit. Just let's say 20 or 100 maybe. Set the limit to 100. And there's also another situation is when you only input your wallet address, sometimes you can show the wallet address portfolio, but you can also like leave the contract address behind. So if the contract address is empty, or you can just leave them behind. Or but if there is something there's something inside the contract address, then it will also add it as the add-on for this API. So then you should just also add the contract address. Contract address equals to.
So just to recap this, as you're working on it, you have your base URL, which is the API,
Yes.
for Chainbase, right? And so then we're adding the address. So we're querying the address that we want to look to has the NFTs. If they forget to add in a contract address, it will just have the target URL. But then if we do add it in, it will then add this contract address in the query contract.
Yes, you're right. And so I think that's correct. So another is okay. Then you need to set up the. And then you need to set up the background response as a fetch. So it's basically it's this. So this is the headers goes to void fetch. This is just the target URL we have this, and the headers. This is for your API keys. Again, you can see you can also use this code over here. See this. Oh, where's the JavaScript? Yep. So you can see this. You have the headers and the API keys. is your account API keys. And for the headers, so that we can first we use to
and for users that never use Chainbase, right? API keys have a free tier, right? So they don't have to like pay anything to get signed. They just have to sign up and they can get a free API key.
And here is our API keys. Okay. And in our case, I just suggest we use demo, or but in my situations, I also add my API key on the process.env file. So just make sure it's encrypted, and just don't. CNV, I think I have Chainbase API key here, and I think it's but I just, in this case, I just use a demo, so that won't go wrong for anything else. Okay. And okay, yes. I think constant target URL. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think here's. This is, sorry, just this should be inside. This should be inside the.
Yeah, no, it's the bane of live coding, right? Anything can go wrong.
Yeah, it should be inside the batch. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is just, you can go back to our demo here and just try it. Okay. So I'm just using my Ethereum address to see if this is gonna work. Okay. So yeah, that work. This is okay. I'm using my wallet address anyway, but basically this is how you're supposed to show once you're just follow my instructions. And you can also you can also make a double check for if you want to only query the contract address. Oops. I think I request too much.
Yeah,
Sometimes it happen if you just yeah.
It basically filters out to the contract address only. So if you have multiple NFTs of a single contract, like Azuki, I see, it would only show the Azuki one. So it would filter it down in essence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I filtered down. Okay. So but I also, here is the thing is, but I also add some logic over here, because usually if the image is only written with IPFS, you have to use maybe Cloudflare or the public node to make it readable. So that's why I add some logic over here on that NFT card. And yeah, this is all the front end page. So what I'm trying to show here is that you can use this demo to make our API visualized. See.
Right.
Um,
Which is very handy, because if you've ever tried to do it without an API call, you have to do it contract by contract, and it's extremely slow. extremely so. So you, like being able to just grab an address and it searches everything is a very nice feature.
And also, in this case, since I'm using the demo, but I highly suggest you can use your own API key. If you're using your own API key, just make sure it's restored this env file, and and then I think it's much more faster if you're using your own API key. So, oops. All right, never mind. Sometimes they have a limit for free users, so yeah, just make sure don't leak your Chainbase API key. Okay.
Yeah, it's limited to the demo one has extremely limited amount of calls. So yeah, you might have to restart the server for it to pick up, but definitely. But yeah, it makes sense to be able to like just call a single API. It pretty much builds it out for you with a like minor adjustments, and then you're literally have an NFT gallery that is working within like a few minutes.
Okay, let's just move to another demo real quick, and this one is the dashboard and Play. So and I'm gonna also show you guys a few SQLs and queries so you can familiar with. So the first demo is about Web3 API. It's simple, but the second one is about SQL API. I usually call it data cloud API because you can just basically write some SQLs over here and to fetch all the data you have. So this SQL one is quite complicated, but but this is just a demo, but you can also use it to track the smart money, I guess. So the logic is basically over here. So at first you select the price, basically change within this token. And I think this token is Uni or maybe it's Uni or Ethereum token. So you track the price at the this time step, and then later you check the price in another time step, so which can calculate the different price profit or different price the difference between the two different price within 2 days or 5 days. And then another one is you need to track the token transfer for one address. For example, this is for the amount. So in this area, if this address received this amount of token in, for example, in the in this time step, and this is we consider this as the input, and then to track the token just transfer out to the address, then you consider this as output. And so right now you have this buy amount and sell amount. So which means this is inflow by this inflow amount of token in this address, and this is outflow, and this is the current price when this token inflow to this wallet address, and this is the another token price when this token is flow out to wallet address. So the profit is basically simple. You just use the sell amount to minus the buy amount and times the sell price, which, or you just like multiply the buy amount and buy price, and also calculate the sell amount, sell price, and just use the sell price to minus the buy price, so you can get profit. Sometimes you can get like minus. So this one is pretty this one is pretty complex SQLs, but as you can see, you can use our data cloud to track all kinds of data and to even track the smart money. So I'm gonna show you guys how to put this SQL into a dashboard. So So you don't have to now you don't have to see by yourself. You can also share this dashboard to the other people. And this is a dashboard as a demo, but you can see this only like I only use like trending collections or like top 20 holders of ape. But I'm gonna show you guys later how to add another one dashboard so you can see it clearly. So also remember, just open this GitHub and fork, and just download it to your device locally, and let's get started. So here is the code I have. I think I have this on the. Okay. And you can see there's a lot of components here, but you don't need to care a lot about the others code. So since this is just a demo, so everything in each component is modular. So all you need to care about is the utilities and these components. So once you have downloaded your Git clone from the GitHub, you need to create a new file and named it like token profit queries. So I'm gonna basically put all these queries inside this page. So yeah, let's start it. So the first is you need to export the whole APIs here. So let's export constant strings and what did I say? This is get query string. And since I'm also want to pass the address, so you can use, so you can do it in this dashboard over here. You can pass your address over here. So instead of tracking a single country address, you can use this dashboard to track like all kinds of address you want. Maybe it's WATH, maybe it's Polygon, maybe it's Uni. And once you have downloaded SQL, you can use the general API to see how the SQLs work. And yeah, I'm not gonna go through this. Just get strings and pass this address. String. Okay. So here is you're gonna put your SQLs in here, but since this SQL is so long, so I'm gonna do the next step as a text value to add this task into this dashboard so I can get things smoother. So let's just go into another module export here, and since this is just call the name token profit query, and ask values equals to here. Okay, PROFIT. And you also need this ID to fit queries. You have to also use the same thing as fetch. So use the task over here and async the sync parameters, these functions, and use the parameters here, and this is also the address string. So basically, this method is pass. So first of all, you read the strings, then you just pass the sickles into this our data cloud API. So you also need to this this wait in the fetch, I guess, and here is it's the same. It's pretty much the same as you fetch the NFT API before, but instead of it's NFT as here it's the DW queries. So it's specifically for the data cloud API. Okay, and if you look at the Grand API here, you can see it's the same thing, same stuff, right? So okay, so you have this yes. You also need to do this thing here. Just here. You also do the method which is post, I guess. The body is set up as JSON. So the here you have the query. You have query which let's get query strings, parameters. So I'm using this because later the address will become variable, so you have to pass this address. Okay. Wait. This. Okay.
Now, if I'm pulling it from the docs, am I able to copy and paste it down and then just make the modifications, or do I have to like retype it?
So if you point it from the doc, you probably need to do some. Yeah, you can copy and paste it, but that would be a little bit different. Depends on the language you're using. But I think yeah, you can do that. Or just copy paste the query. That would be fine.
Got it. Okay. I just wanted to see if I could just copy and then like modify my needs as I do it, or if I have to like restructure it.
Oh, you don't need to restructure, but yeah, this is just for the special case because I'm using the like template. And okay, and then this is for queries address. So you also need to headers. And actually, this is quite similar to this one. So I mean, you can also just copy this method over here, but I'm just showing this case by case. And yeah, so type yes, headers, since here, and I think so. Fetch. So this is here.
And then also in your headers, the content type has the R instead of E. Content dash type. under your header. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, out. JSON file. Turn the result over here, I guess. Turn this. Since the data form should be in this data, so we should probably this result here. And yeah, I think that's so.
Just in case the TN result at the end, that last word, yeah.
Okay. So out here and so the data some. This because you also need to pass the so then for this API you just need to copy the you can also just copy all this query inside here, so it's just pretty large. Then since we want to just pass by we want to only pass by certain address, so I can just modify them a little bit. So it's here, just so, which means when this is addressing the search bar, and so you can query this all this data you want. Let me just check it. I think something wrong with I think something going on with the post. Method. Oh, I think so. Here you are. Wait. I think this one constant result. Jeez. Okay, this is just you pass the API here, and another stuff is you need to use a token profit table. So this table can show up on this. So the table can show up on this dashboard. Okay, and let me since this is just only like front end, so I'm just copy paste the previous code so I can just get things quickly. Wait a sec. Here you are. Just copy paste code.
And all this is still the boilerplate code from the 2 repos that we have shared in the chat, correct?
Yes, it's still it's a boilerplate.
And we have about 10 minutes left on the workshop. Do we want to ask questions for the hackathon or anything else as well?
Sure. Anyone has any question about the hackathons?
So while we're looking for this code, we can talk about the different kind of tracks awards that we're having right now. We have a speed track. If you want to like talk about the speed track as well, like what you're looking for.
So for the speed track, um, is about when you're using our sync features. Um, if you can if you can use our sync features, for example, do like really fast, like for example token tracking, or for example the webhook, then yeah, then you definitely should try to use the speed track. And another one is for the completeness. And if you're looking for uh, use the historical data, for example, doing the dashboard or some analysis uh, to the on-chain data, then you can I think you can win for the completeness. Another one is for the openness. And if your if your project is, I mean, designing for like multi-chain or specific chain, then you can definitely go for win the openness track. Basically, it's just designed for three different product by yourself, and with three different like features. Okay.
So just to think, like we're using like this portfolio management, like we're watching the smart money right now. And
Mm-hmm.
so that would fall under maybe the completeness track to maybe get the past results of this
Yes.
person that was using stuff. And then maybe also an openness track, right? Because what if they go
Yeah.
cross chain? So like let's say
Yeah.
they did Ethereum and they went to like an L2 and then
Mm-hmm.
they went somewhere else, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
we have feeds on any other chains that are not EVM just yet, but if they went from layer one to layer two chains that are supported by Chainbase, they can maybe track that. So they can maybe, is that possible to go for both tracks?
Um, I mean, if you do a really good job, you can. Oh, I don't think you can do the both tracks because like it's only one winners in the track. But if you really did a really good job, like we might we can like consider that. But I mean, it just highly depends on the project. We also have another like side reward if you do really like very good UX or like innovations about how to use on-chain data. Okay.
Also, I don't know, maybe you're not the right person, but I think Chainbase may be hiring as well.
Oh, yes, yes. We also hiring, for example, the back engineers and front engineers, and also uh, some developers advocate also, and I think our clients and our like other clients are also hiring for like specifically for the front end engineers. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so definitely like it's basically this submission for this hackathon is also
Yes.
a parallel semi-tech resume in a sense. So when you
Yes. Yes.
submit and you have an idea, and when these guys are looking at your repo and looking at your project idea, it's like
Mhm.
put your best foot forward on here. But great opportunity for everybody that's been looking around or is has a strong idea for this would be really good.
Okay. But wait, I don't think we have time for the webhook, but I can get through like real quick since it
Sure,
is quite simple.
sure, sure. Let's
Do
do
you
it really
still have
quick.
time? Okay,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
just do it quick. So first of all, open air code. So the reason I choose air code is you don't need to consider about the backend feature. Usually people do webhook, you need to like doing the cloud yourself. So open the air code and open the new Node.js app here. Just name some workshop. Okay. Just create this workshop here. And since we're doing this, you need to set up the environment. So in this case, you need to search here to install the air code and big number JS. And the most important is no Telegram bot API. And here, just search it and install right here. So you can install the three dependencies. You must install three dependencies to get it done. And then you can click the link in our tutorial here. Um, we have through a very decent detailed tutorials about tracking the large funds transferred by webhook. And here's our example code.
Can you
Just
post that link?
copy example code
Yeah.
and Yeah, copy this example code in our into the error code. And let me just quick talking about what this example code is. So basically, you just defined the USDC, UNDT, WT address. This is an address you want to track, and also set it to a lowercase so they don't mess up with the data. And then you also need is what I call is token IDs, basically for the Telegram bot. So if you want to get the token IDs, just open the Telegram, and they have this called bot folder. Yes, and then you just get a new bot, So let's just call it this developer bot. Okay, someone have used the name. Okay, all right. Let's just say dive Chainbase bot. The name has to including a bot, so just remember. Okay, all right. Then it will give you this. This is ID. Just okay. Remember, just don't leak it and put this ID into the error code. And this is most important. This is the token ID. All right. And which means it will remember your token ID, and once the message has passed, it will. This is the bot you are trying to invite into your channel. So another thing is create a bot, create a channel, and invite this bot. Let's just so invite this bot into your channel. Okay. Invite here. Okay. Okay. And also you need to in order to get this chat IDs, you need to invite this Rose bot and ask her the ID. Okay. Then you will get a chat ID. After you get a chat ID, you just put your chat ID here. So what it's gonna do is the bot receives message from us, then it filter by certain of the country address, and here is you set this all kinds of the event over here. I mean, in this case, I specifically sent the Ethereum amount, which is higher than 1,000, which means is when this transaction happened, when this amount of Ethereum is over 1,000 Ethereum, for example, if someone send like 10,000 Ethereum to certain address, they will definitely be tracked by us. And this is the message you just define in the Telegram, so people will receive like which blocks means which, and this is from this data is from our data set. And after that, you can use the debug features. So this is just for a test, but once this is a simulation transaction. For specifically, I said the value it's just over I think it's 2,000 Ethereum. So when this value is over 2,000 Ethereum, then the simple is WETH, then it will certify this condition, and then your Telegram will receive this message over here. Okay, but I'm using my previous bot, and in your case, if you're using your bot and if you're using this another token ID, you definitely will receive from your new bot. And this is just for simulation, but if you want to try it in the real user case, it's very simple. Just open our dashboard, go to the sync area here, and create a webhook, just demo. And since we are using the Ethereum transaction data, set the database as a transaction. And remember, the webhook URL is the webhook URL is just your error code URL. It's right here. Here, just paste your webhook URL and also add the.
Where do you get the webhook URL? Is that something you have to sign up for specifically?
It's inside the error code. It's inside the error code.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. So once you get this webhook URL, just paste it here, and you can also send this field as a filter. So I use my real use case here. Send filter is you can use the contract address and put it in WETH and add this filter. So once it's done, so you just click save, and also use here to activate your webhook. Then when the real transaction happen, you will definitely receive this. You will definitely receive the transaction. But since in my case, I just set up this Ethereum transaction really big, so I don't think it's gonna work. Let's just try 10, like to see what's happened. You know, just deploy. But I would say, for example, just don't put this amount too small, because otherwise, like your Discord channel will crowded in all kinds of crazy data.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
we're whale watching, right? That's how I see on Twitter. Like we see,
Yeah, yeah,
this wallet that had 1,000 ETH just moved it out of nowhere, and they get those notifications.
yeah. But you guys can see my I actually tried it uh like months ago. This is literally the real wealth transaction here. It's happened a lot actually. Let's just go back to see what really happened in this transaction. Um, in this
For
case,
those that are kind of curious about like the webhooks and like these notifications, I mean, there are services like Nansen AI that is basically like $150 a month. Obviously they have a nice interface and everything, but it's kind of doing this smart money watching, and you're basically pulling the same thing off with the webhook here. For technically a free account, right? There's a certain limitation, but this is a really cool tool.
the best part is you can try it free. So this is the transaction I've been monitoring. Like I think it's 2 months ago. You can see it's like 50,000. Like it's so large. Definitely, it's a whale transaction over here, and it's actually record like every transaction when it's over like 1,000 Ethereum. Okay,
We want to see
it's
where
real
the smart
transaction.
money's moving.
Yeah, it's all those real transactions happen in my in this Telegram channel. Okay, yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. That's like the most. I love the webhook one. Like that's the most interesting tool set that's there for me. But yeah,
I'll say the webhook feature is really simple. It's just
yeah,
all just conditions, and once you just set your like Telegram bot down, and it just constantly send you the message as long as it could. And another thing is, I'm showing an example for the transaction, but right now we also add much more data. For example, abstract data. So if you want to monitor something like, for example, if you want to monitor something like NFT transaction or certain token approval, it also can work.
right, right.
Yeah, if
So if
you
you
want
see
to
if
try
somebody's
someone trade
mass dumping,
BAYC, you can
yeah,
also check it by Webhook.
yeah, really cool, really cool.
All right,
Awesome.
I think that's all.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
That's
lot
all.
to. It's a lot of tools, a lot of suites that get offered, right? So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure after the workshop, there's going to be a ton of questions, right? We have office hours every day through the hackathon. I know
Mhm.
it's in my time it's 7 p.m. PST. I don't know what it is in UTC, but Dai is always there every hour on the hour. I'm hanging out. He's also having one that's 3 a.m. my time, so it's different ranges for everybody, but I know you guys have ideas. You guys are getting started. Let Dai is available, right, to answer your questions. If
Yes.
you're a little confused about the webhooks or anything, he's there. So he'll be there today, right?
Yes, I will be here today, tomorrow,
Yeah,
and yeah, all the hackathon days.
for
All
sure.
right.
So just in case, a quick review. First place is 2,500 USDT with 2,500 code. Second place 1,250 USDT with 1,250 code. Third place 750 USDT real cash and 750 code. We have speed track, completeness track, openness track that has different tracks as well, and a few special awards as well on there. So you have the rest of the week until Monday to submit at midnight UTC. we are here to help, right? And Dai is available to help. And then if you haven't had any teams yet, or you're doing team forming sessions, we're definitely going to be doing that too on there. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Dai. It was good. Any final
Um,
words?
All right. Have fun on hackathon, guys.
Yeah, there we go. Good luck, guys. All
All
right.
right. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.